All right, boys, it's 10 o'clock p.m. and we just got some patch notes and an extensive version of patch notes coming for the incoming launch of Etheria Restart. This tells us about a bunch of changes that are coming to the game, even a bunch of buffs and nerfs coming to some of the existing animus. Some that we thought were going to be S tier may have been nerfed into the ground. We're going to get into all of that inside of the video, including new game modes, changes to older game modes, and new animus coming to the game. Let's dive into these patch notes. And before I do, I need to thank Etheria Restart for sponsoring all these videos and all the channel. And also, if you want to dive in on day one, get yourself 10 additional polls, scan this QR code, pre-register for the game, as well as scan or click the link in the description, get yourself hooked up, get yourself some extra polls. And if you're going to be do re-rolling of accounts, you can continuously do that with this code, getting yourself an additional 10 polls on every re-roll that you do. All right, this is the official launch patch note. The official launch of Etheria Restart is just around the corner. Building on the foundation of previous final test versions, we have added new animus and gameplay content in accordance with our development roadmap. Additionally, in response to player feedback, we've made significant optimizations and enhancements to the gameplay experience, system functionalities, and character balance, striving to deliver a richer, smoother, and fairer hyperlinker adventure. Now, keep in mind, the beta was here not just for all of us to play the game and have fun with it, but for us to give feedback to the developers, for the developers to test out the system and really see where balance is and where balance is needed. None of this is to take some of our favorite animus and just make them irrelevant. It's to make the ones that are irrelevant to be relevant inside of the game, which is some things that you'll see inside of inside of deeper parts of this video. Now, I'm not going to read through every single thing because we would be sitting here for over an hour just reading, but I will highlight things, and at any point in time, if you want to read deeper into those discussions, you can just pause the video and read the notes that you want to see. So we do have our new animus debut, all right? So this is a new SSR tier Mio, who is going to, a lot of people are excited about Mio. People are wondering, is she going to be an S tier, or is she a combination of a bunch of SR heroes or animus, I should say, that she's going to be able to do what a bunch of them do, but all in one animus. We'll see. She's going to be one that really is focused on both freezing and turn meter manipulation. All right. She's also amazing looking. I can't wait to unlock her on my account as well. Very much excited for this. Then we have the SR tier animus, Grim Fist, who I love the look of. I love these huge fists that she has right here. She here dispels a spear of counterattacks as her shield. She's a defensive support type animus inside of the game. And if we're talking artwork, I think they nailed it with this one. Even got that little bunny looking tail on her butt. I think it looks great. So that's not new. We saw that in the developer video, but there is a lot that is new. When we were reading through these patch notes from the start, it was like, oh my God, there's a lot of stuff happening here. We have United Front, where you're going to have these competitions. Once a union, which is like a clan, reaches level 6, United Front will be unlocked starting approximately 2 weeks after Etheria Restart's official launch, with one event per week thereafter. Match unions will compete by launching simulated attacks on each other's defenses to earn cooperative battle points. The union with the highest points will claim victory. Wins and losses affect union rank, and higher ranks unlock advanced union badges and union banners. Absolutely love the competitive PvP element inside of this game. It's what's drawing me to it because of how they do PvP. I think it's a highlight. United Front is awesome, and it's just the start. We got much more to go. You could see some variations of what maps look like right there and what we can expect. Now, they also mentioned Shell Story, which is like a little mini game, right? We see this a lot in these types of games. This is a little quirky looking board game that you could essentially progress through and earn additional rewards as you go through this little mini game. Use energy dice to progress through Shell Rally, gathering 7 wish beads in paradise to make a wish and claim the Grand Shell Paradise prize. All right, so a little mini game that I think is actually kind of cool, a little something to keep you busy when you're doing other stuff inside of the game, maybe when you're doing some background battles. Then you have the Revelation Wish Orb. Collect wish orbs, gather 7 to make a wish for amazing rewards, and it shows you the progress you have for that. All right, not the biggest news right there, but it's a part of the game that I think is cool. Then we have the Prismatic Wish Machine. Wish time is here. Draw exclusive Shaku Ring outfits in the Prismatic Wish Machine. Remember, I did say it was after 10 p.m. when this launched, which means it's way after that right now. Using prismatic chips to draw Shaku Ring outfits with hidden grand prizes. Oh wait, so it's a little gotcha mechanic inside of the game. It's coming in the form of like some type of a slot machine type thing. Seems like it'll be fun. Again, it gives you some details of what you could potentially get out of those as well. So that looks fun, and graphic wise looks amazing. Pool event page. All right, surprise moment. Limited time, UP Pool exclusive event pages are now open. All right, so these are different things for it's featuring the Twin Shadows of Sin right here, and it's for summoning. During a featured Animus limited time up period, a dedicated event page will appear under event where players can purchase exclusive bundles, and the corresponding Animus limited time skins will also be available. So suddenly discussing skins, which I think is a great addition to the game. Love seeing that. Now we get into a whole bunch of system mechanics, nerfs and buffs to different units themselves, and even to some of the shells. I'm not going to go through all 25 different Animus nerfs and buffs on every single one, but what I will do is scroll slowly enough through so that when you see ones that you're interested in, you could pause the video and watch right there, because like I said, I am trying to be respectful of your time and not have you listen to me go through all of them. So, but let's look at some of these core gameplay expansions first. Anasync Echoes are now includes exclusive Linglulo story content and unlocks challenge groups 10 through 12. Ember Trek introduces hard mode challenges. Now, I like a lot that we're seeing here in the system adjustments, specifically what's in red. Some of this you've heard before, some of it you haven't. Adjusted the guaranteed SSR Animus pull count for the limited summon from 100 to 80 pulls. So now instead of having to pull 100 Animus, you have to pull 80 and you will be guaranteed an SSR. Pull history can now be filtered to view all pools or current pull records. Fix the issue where hyperlink summon records were not refreshing in real time. This is such a good feature because in all other games of this genre, you can't see a record of your pulls, which means you can't calculate your pity. While here it is right there in front of you. You will know when your pity pull is coming, and you will be able to then be smart with your pulls. There's no secrets here. I love that it's laid out for us. Great feature. Next up, added Hydra voucher as a purchasable item via the official website Recharge, allowing players to buy sufficient vouchers at once for continuous in-game bundles or item purchases. Also, added a region protection period for Summit Arena, matching players only within the same region for the first 15 days after the official launch. This was done because of a syncing issue that they were concerned about regarding playing people in other regions from far, far away. So here there is a 15-day. They were basically thinking that some regions would have an advantage because they actually had the game a little bit longer than others. And in the early game, that even that small amount of time, those hours of time, could be a game changer and could mess up your record or your odds of winning. Next, added a ban protection mechanism for Summit Arena. Matches where both players are Diamond 1 rank or above Diamond 1 rank, enabling pre-ban of one Animus and ban protection of a third Animus. All right. Now, I can go through the rest of these really quickly. Attribute bonus preview for Animus Ascension. Added early exit settlement rules for Affinity Train, allowing players to claim rewards based on the current point stage upon early exit. All right, none of these next ones are massive. Language selection. We have clearance time and team composition displays. Okay, these are not huge changes, so you could just read them yourself and pause if you want to. We have appearance and outfit adjustments, so some avatar frames are going to be looking different. Character models may have little buffs to them. Visual designs of wardrobe and card faces have made adjustments. Of course, you're going to see changes. This doesn't even need to be discussed. Combat balance adjustments. Let's read what this has to say. In this official launch version update, we've adjusted the skill mechanics and prowess coefficients of several Animus units to balance their performance in PvP and in PvE. We extend our gratitude to players for their active feedback during the previous test phases. Based on the combat data collected, these optimizations aim to enhance the diversity and balance the team's compositions. Following the official launch, we'll continue to monitor the combat data and make cautious adjustments to ensure players enjoy a better experience with diverse strategies for their matches. They are all below. Now, this is important because before the beta even came, there was an interview that was had with the team, and they were really focusing on the importance of not having Animus die over time and keeping them balanced and not having them too power crept, and being able to do updates like this, kind of keeping things more balanced, is going to be really important for the game. So the Animus that we unlock today on day 1 aren't extinct on month 6 or year 2 or year 3 into the game. And I like that. It makes our investments now, whether it be time investments or financial investments, worth it as we go into the years to come playing this game. Now, combat adjustments. Animus units ascended to 5 stars and 6 stars will each gain an additional 5 points to their base speed attribute. Okay, getting more speed. That is powerful. Improved combat stability, fixing potential error reports. Okay. Animus specific adjustments. The following adjustments reflect the final effect changes at max skill level 5. Now, these are all specific nerfs and buffs to almost all of the Animus inside of the game. These are the things that I'm going to kind of scroll through. You're going to be able to go in and take a peek. Now, some that are huge are like Grim Penalty Kalros. Deals 400%, now 480% damage to a single enemy and applies Doom Toll. We also have here Veronica. Then has a 50%, now a 100% chance. So the red things are the ones that are like the big changes that we're seeing. Mia. Skill cooldown reduced from 1 turn, from 5 down to 4. Heals allies for 25, now 30% of the max HP. Some big changes. Zadia deals an additional instance of 80%, now 90% damage. Okay. Abyssal Nightmare Tiamat. You know Tiamat. We've spoken a lot about Tiamat, how she is massive in the game. One that many of you were going to make one of your first SSRs that you unlock potentially in the game. Upon reaching 8 stacks of Bloodbath, enters ultimate form, recovering 30%, now down to 10% of her max HP and immediately gaining an extra turn. So she is recovering less of her HP. Tiamat is getting a nerf right here. The SSR unit that we all thought was going to be the must-have is getting a substantial nerf. Recovering max HP, only 10% now from 30. Each stack of Bloodbath increases healing received by 4%, now down to 3%, up to a maximum of 20 stacks. This is the one that caught my eye the most out of all of the changes, Tiamat, because she was one of my favorites going into official launch. I will keep you up to date if I still believe she is one of the best pulls on day 1. As of right now, I still think she is, but we still need to take a look at some of the others. All right. We have changes to Rahu, Luingo, Rosa, Born, Lilith, Klaus, Freya. We have a Turandot, Shaikai, Dinah, Kraken, Sanya, Marvel, Victor, Dorothy, number 41. Okay, those are all of the changes that we have there for our Animus. Then, as I mentioned, there are even shell-specific changes as well. If you're interested in seeing what changes are coming to the shells, as I mentioned, just please pause it right here and take a look at the shells that you're interested in. System optimizations and adjustments are here. We have Animus interface. Cool. All of that stuff is going to be modified and changed over time. How things look, how they're presented, all of that, and that's very much fine. Instance-related adjustments, Grim Pursuit, Threshold, Investigation, adjusted display adaptation of the base map for the entrance difficulty of the GP outpost, fixed an issue with a mechanism pop-up for the Shadowrunner boss in Grim Pursuit could not be closed. These are all just fixing bugs and making management throughout the game a little bit easier. Not management, maneuvering through the game. Arena-related adjustments, optimize the visual effects, improve the rule description, okay? Nothing ground-changing, nothing ground-breaking right here. Phantom Theater adjustments, Ember Trek adjustments, Champions Call adjustments, Cyber Shadows, Infinity Train, Cubic Game, Ethernet Rally, other adjustments for the main quest, the Union quests, chat adjustments, continuous battle, shop adjustments, adjusted the sorting rules for each item rarity, fixed an issue with abnormal red dot notifications, fixed an issue with choppy. Notice this is all just fixing things that maybe didn't work as they had wanted it to upon the final launch. Once again, thank you all hyperlinkers for your enthusiastic support and patience. We look forward to reuniting you with the world of Etheria on June 5th. And I will remind all of you, I will be live both on this channel and on my main channel, my Echo Gaming channel, streaming Etheria Restart on launch day. You're going to be able to stick around with me, taking my guidance through the game on day one so I can make the mistakes, which I'm not planning on making, by the way, and you guys could follow and do everything right to give your account the best of odds. Let me know what you think of all of these nerfs, buffs, and changes in the game. They are extensive, and I'll be linking them down below if you want to take a look as well. Hope you have a great evening. Have a great day tomorrow, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, thanks to Etheria Restart for sponsoring the channel, and also QR code, 10 extra polls right there on day one. Use the QR code or link in the description. Peace out.